Coming up, a life well lived. Today we honor George H.W. Bush with a look back at his remarkable career and his longtime ties to Iowa.
And later, we take you inside a holiday celebration combining both cookies and jewelry.
It was a wild weekend in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
And the incredible return of Sam Stoll coming up in sports.
In weather, I'll tell you how you can prepare for the snow and how you can wear better clothing. All that in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Monday, December 3rd edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere, it all starts now. Good morning and thanks for tuning in to this live Monday edition of DITV. I'm Cindy Zatz.
And I'm Dylan Mahalki.
We begin this morning with our top story. Over the weekend, the 41st President of the United States, George H.W. Bush, died at the age of 94. It is definite that Bush's life made an impact on so many as tributes and condolences from around the world came in to remember the former president. We have DITV's Anthony Caligiuri with more on the life of Bush 41 and his unique connections to the state of Iowa.
This morning, a somber yet grateful nation as they remember the life of George H.W. Bush.
He had a good life, but it's still sad. He was the first president I had ever voted for.
Celebrities, politicians, and other world leaders weighed in on Bush's impact.
He was a very fine man. I met him on numerous occasions. He was just a high-quality man who truly loved his family.
Even former President Obama, who despite political beliefs took to social media to honor his friend, tweeting, "America has lost a patriot and humble servant." While it's apparent that Bush made an impact on the world, he also had a special connection with the state of Iowa. During the 1980s, then VP candidate Bush traveled to all 99 counties and remained mostly friendly with the state during his vice president and presidential terms. But the most remarkable Iowa connection is Bush's friendship with longtime Iowa coach Hayden Fry. Just months after his retirement from Iowa football, Fry helped Bush Sr., along with the rest of the family, campaign for his son George W. Bush. But Fry and Bush's friendship goes even further than that, known for being close with him and his wife Barbara, and even helping them find their first apartment back in Texas. Bush will lay in state in Washington, D.C. before being laid to rest at the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library. Even though close family and friends knew this day was coming, the news of his death is still hitting hard to those that knew him best.
President Bush was one of the kindest people I ever knew. You just saw that in so many different ways, the way that they related to people. I will miss that very much.
Whether it be his stern political stances,
read my lips, no new taxes,
or his charming, charismatic attitude, it is certain that the nation will mourn the 41st president and send him off with a class act. For DITV News, I'm Anthony Caligiuri.
One University of Iowa K-9 officer, Follow, enjoyed his first day of retirement on December 1st. Follow is a 5.5-year-old Belgian Malinois. After 4 years of service, Follow had to retire due to a neurological medical condition. Follow specialized in explosive detection and patrol, which includes tracking, apprehension, handler protection, and evidence recovery. Follow will spend his retirement living the good life with his handler, Officer Jackie Anderson.
And I'm sure that good life does include some extra treats, which, speaking of, this year marked the 25th annual Cookies and Carrots event happening at Hans Jewelers in downtown Iowa City. We sent DITV News reporter Noah Gowdy to the event to bring us a full story.
From jewelry, cookies, and so much more, the annual Cookies and Carrots event took place yesterday in Iowa City with people from all around the area coming to check it out.
It's a wonderful event. Annually, we have a lot of people coming in, and we're just open and we're full right now. And
those in attendance were able to come into the store and look at the new jewelry in stock, learn new ways of doing crafts, and take home a little something special for the holidays.
Probably the most interesting thing that we do is a bow making demonstration. Our bows are all made by hand with fabric ribbon, and people all want to know how to do that. And so this is one of the few times a year that we show people how to make bows.
Once they were done making their bows, they could head upstairs and visit with professional calligraphy artist Cheryl Jacobson, who was at the event to make free handwritten holiday gift tags for those in attendance.
So yeah, I've been doing calligraphy for 30 years. And this is a nice way to share what I do with people, and just sort of lets them know that people still do things like this by hand.
Through her 30 years of practice, Cheryl has mastered the art of calligraphy, allowing her to make these designs with elegance, speed, and accuracy.
Well, we picked these because they're custom-made tags, and it's kind of fun to have white writing on sort of brown paper things. These sort of things I've done for so many years that I just design it as I'm doing it. So it's kind of like improv calligraphy.
That use of improv calligraphy made for a very special gift for all those in attendance to be able to take home with them for the holidays. Reporting from Hands Jewelry in downtown Iowa City, Noah Gowdy, DITV News.
You know, Dylan, crafts, the snow, it's sure getting me in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, most definitely. But me being from California, I'm for sure not used to this weather, and I think my mom already sent me a winter jacket.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But let's toss it over to Jacob to hear more about the weather.
Thanks, guys, and we'll actually talk about jackets here in a second, but first let's get to your local forecast. Today we're going to have a high of 34 degrees, and then moving into your night we're going to have a low of 23, and we're going to have a chance of, there's about 60% chance of snow showers throughout the night, so make sure to watch out for that if you're going out to do anything. But moving on to your extended forecast, Tuesday we're going to have a high of 30 degrees and a low of 21, cloudy skies for the most of the day. Now those clouds will begin to dissipate as we move into your Wednesday, as your temperatures will also increase to 36 degrees and your low of 21 moving into the night. Thursday, we're going to have similar forecast with partly cloudy skies, maybe even mostly cloudy skies, with a high down in 26 degrees. It's going to get pretty chilly near as we head towards the weekend and the end of dead week before finals come around. You'll have your temperatures right around 10, maybe 11 degrees, getting pretty chill over the night. And then on Friday, we're expecting those clouds to dissipate completely, bringing you temperatures in the lower 20s, maybe, and your lows probably around the lower 10s for your forecast. And of course, guys, yeah, as winter comes around, it's important that you wear very warm clothing. You don't want to get frostbite out there. Make sure you find something warm, not something too tight to wear over your torso. And then gloves are always important. I have here a pair of just regular gloves. And if you think you are a size large, make sure you get a size a little bit smaller. It's good that if they're snug, it'll keep your hands warm and keep that cold air out. Anyway, that's all I have for you in the weather studio. Back to you guys here at the desk.
And before we head over to sports, 20 years ago yesterday, it was announced that Kirk Ferentz will become Iowa's new head football coach.
Ferentz took over for Hayden Fry, becoming Iowa's 26th football coach.
Over the years, Ferentz has received multiple Coach of the Year awards from the Associated Press and the Big Ten, and he's won just over 150 games at Iowa.
Currently, Ferentz is the longest tenured coach in all of college football and is signed on to Iowa through the 2026 season. Well, Sydney, we definitely had a big weekend in Carver with a wide range of sports playing.
That's right, and we found out where we're going for the bowl game this year. To tell us more, we have Bo and Jong in the sports studio with more. Guys?
Well, crikey, John, we're going to the Outback Bowl.
It's time to throw some shrimp on the bobby and grab some cheddar cheese because for the third time in 6 seasons, I will be headed to the Outback Bowl.
Actually, the people of Tampa have unofficially renamed it the Iowa's Back Bowl.
I will take on the SEC's Mississippi State for the first time in program history.
And the matchup is pretty favorable for the Hawks, actually. Yeah, they're probably going to be listed as the underdogs, but Mississippi State has a very run-oriented offense that I think Iowa's going to have. They won't have a hard time stopping. I think they'll be able to compete really well with the Bulldogs.
Head coach Kirk Ferentz spoke yesterday, and it sounds like he's really excited to be back in warmer weather.
First and foremost, just very, very happy to be selected to play in the Outback Bowl. As Gary alluded to, we've been here several times or played in the game several times. There are two things I know. First of all, our players are going to have a great experience. It's just a first-class operation. They do a wonderful job, and I think really do very mindful about what the players like and what they appreciate. And obviously, they've got a great venue to help host a bowl game, so that part's outstanding. Yeah, the other part is you always play a top-notch SEC opponent, and that's going to be the case here as well.
Big Ten basketball now tipped off in dramatic fashion this season as number 22 Wisconsin came into town to face number 14 Iowa on Friday night.
This game was crazy from the start, and it definitely didn't feel like your typical NCAA basketball game in November.
Tyler Cook sent a message to the Badgers early as he hammers this one-handed jam so strong it even knocks him off his feet.
The Hawks came out strong in the second half, and they were even able to pull away from Wisconsin for a while with as much as an 8-point lead. But that didn't last long as the Badgers were able to fight their way back and kept and kept within striking distance for the rest of the game.
And it was Wisconsin's Demetric Trice who drained this three-pointer with 20 seconds left to seal the deal.
Wisconsin beats Iowa in the Big Ten opener 72-66.
Right there in the entire game. We should have had them, but we got to find a way to move on and get ready for another big-time opponent at Michigan State.
Well, Bo, Iowa is a wrestling state, and that did show on Saturday.
At 165, Alex Marinelli took on his Cyclone opponent and was able to gather a trio of bonus points for his Hawkeye squad, pinning Iowa State's Brady Jennings. But after a couple of Hawkeye losses, Iowa State led at the intermission 12-9.
However, when we came out of the break, Jacob Warner was able to score in the final seconds with a reversal on 5th-ranked Willie Meekless in his Hawkeye debut.
But then Sam Stoll made his return to Carver and beat Cyclone Gannon Grimmel. After that, a Spencer Lee Major put the Hawks up by 4. Austin DeSanto, the last match of the day, he had one job: don't get pinned.
But as you can see, Iowa State was looking for blood, and DeSanto was put on his back for the last 20 seconds, but kicked out to save the meet for the Hawks, and they won it 19-18. Now, I've never been too big on wrestling, but after that meet, there's nothing like it.
No, that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in Carver. And there was a bit of a movie-like moment right before the heavyweight bout. Iowa had absolutely no intentions of wrestling Sam Stoll, but the backup at the heavyweight class, Aaron Costello, you can see him there in the tunnel there. He's about to run out onto the mat. This is his walk-up music playing. Then you can see him stops, turns around, and Stoll tells him not to go out. They cut Costello's music and start playing Stoll's signature Imperial March.
And Carver Hawkeye Arena went absolutely nuts. Stoll, ranked #1 in the country, hasn't wrestled yet this year because of a knee injury he sustained during the offseason. Head coach Tom Brand stopped him right before he walked out onto the mat and said, "No, you're not going. I don't like this."
Stoll said to Brands, "I'm a senior. It's my last state week. It's my last run." Coach Brands fired off another "I don't like this," then slapped Stoll right in the kisser and sent him onto the mat.
I mean, yeah, I had no intentions on going, and, I guess it's hard when we're losing a big duel like that, and, maybe it was just I was getting ready to, make the other guy think he's wrestling me, and, but I don't know, if we're losing, it's kind of hard to sit back there and do nothing, especially, my last state week, so I guess I ran out there, and Tom met me in the middle, and he said, "I don't want this, you're not going." And I said, "It's my last one, I'm going," and gave me a good slap in the face, and I went, so.
Nobody invited Sam Stoll in here, and I want to tell you that I was going to bring him up here with me because he made the call. He's a senior. He said it's his last time in the dual meet like this, and he made the call. And I wasn't going to let him go. And he explained it to me that it's his last time, and he explained it to me that he wanted to go, and I popped him in the mouth, and he went. And that's not a shot at Costello. I know he can do the job, but it's a tribute to Sam Stoll and what this meant to him. And this was not about his individual glory. This was about a team effort. So how we won that dual meet, you got to give a lot of credit to Sam Stoll. He doesn't like to bask in the media. As a matter of fact, I would say that he probably shies away from the media. He's not a typical guy, and I give him full credit. And the University of Iowa and Hawkeye wrestling fans, they don't know that story, and that's why I had to invite him in here, because they don't know that story. They think that he weighed in and he was ready to go the whole time, and that was the whole deal. It was not the deal. It was not the deal. So, Hawkeye fans, looking at cameras here, that's your boy, Sam Stoll.
That's it for us in the sports studio.
Dylan and Sydney, back to you.
That's all we have for you.
Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, Iowa City.